Hi, this is Real Wild and Chris Schaff here from the 2021 Arizona Cup. We're going to be doing the gold medal matches here for USA Archery. Super exciting and just awesome to be joined here by Chris from his bronze medal match where he shot against Jimmy Lutz and shot pretty good. How was it?
It was good. You know, most of the day there was a little bit of left to right wind, but, you know, kind of figured that out. And then, you know, the next day it switched to right to left wind. But there wasn't a lot of wind here this weekend. You know, qualification round, you know, we started early in the morning, so we didn't have a ton of wind till the last few ends. Here this morning, the wind was pretty sustainable. You know, you could always aim off just a little bit or, you know, bubble into the wind.
Yeah.
But you weren't drifting too terribly far. You know, bronze medal match against Jimmy. I ended up shooting a 150, so the wind was pretty dead that whole match.
Yeah, I will say this, it was pretty consistent, so we got some good matches coming up here. I mean, Toja and Paige should be really fun. Both shot really well. Paige had a nice tight match to get into here with a shoot-off where Toja shot a little better and had a little bit of a space, but she shot a good round. I mean, that usually leads to having a little bit of space.
Yep, Paige and Danielle Wenzel shot off at 143s to get into this match here. Paige edged her out just a little bit. I think they both shot 10s actually.
Yeah.
Toja beat Linda Anderson with a 148. So yeah, she had one of the highest scores on the field coming into the gold medal match. So
yeah, even over some of the men.
Yeah, definitely a confidence builder. You know, knowing your equipment, shooting good, and you know the wind. So this will be an exciting match.
Yeah, and it'll be. The interesting and fun part will be the wind over here moving from where you're at. Sometimes that can be a challenge to see what it's doing with your arrows and how it can end up where you land.
Yeah, and the wind has definitely picked up here a little bit compared to earlier when we were shooting the matches. So we'll just have to see if they pick up on it right away.
Yeah, and it's a different wind. It's kind of over their left shoulder coming from behind, so it'll be a little bit of a challenge to see if it's moving you more than it's moving the arrow.
Yep.
So it'll be a good one. So.
Yep, it will. There's a lot of wind straight at the target.
Here the two are.
Welcome to the finals for the 2021 AAE Arizona Cup. We are starting out our finals with our compound women. On lane 1, we have Paige Pearce, and she will be shooting first. Lane 2, Toja Ellison.
Up here on the gold medal stage after taking a little bit of break there, shooting first. I don't know if it'll be an advantage because you know you don't get to see where your opponent's arrow goes.
Yeah, and the hard part is too in a shoot-off you want to be the one to shoot first because if you shoot first now you get that advantage. So it's kind of a tough decision to make.
Yes.
And Paige's timer's already started. We've got some.
A little bit of technical difficulties there.
Yeah.
They're getting it fixed
the
up.
Judges come out, taking them off the line.
So we're going to shoot a 15 arrow match. The highest cumulative score will win it. We're going to shoot 3 arrow ends. And, you know, right now, world record's 11x150, shot by Linda Anderson a couple years ago at Gator Cup. Do you think they have a shot to top that?
I don't know, it'd be a pretty hefty feat in this wind, but I've seen crazier things happen, so that is the one fun part about having a 15-arrow match is there is still that opportunity for a world record or a really good round. I mean, we've seen it in bad weather, we've seen it in good weather, so that's what's a fun one just to be ready and watch. So.
Yep. I mean, if you're on, you're on, and it really doesn't matter, you know, what the weather's doing. You know, you can kind of figure it out right away. And
yeah. Still got problems there.
Yeah, they're not giving that 10-second delay before the timer starts.
Yep. Yeah, she's going to have to run and shoot if they only give her the 20 seconds to get to the line and shoot. Maybe change the sport up a little.
Yeah, let's make it a little faster.
Yeah. Get your heart rate up, little excitement going on. There'll be arrows falling off rests. All kinds of fun and exciting things could be going on.
Probably trip getting up onto that little stand they're shooting off of.
Yeah, that's always a fear when you're walking up in somewhere and there's stairs. Am I going to fall? Am I not? I don't want to be the guy that's on every YouTube channel for the for the big blunders that goes on.
Yep. There we go. It looks like they.
Yeah, they got
They're
10
getting there
seconds
now.
too. Yeah. All the high-tech technology.
Looks like both of these ladies are shooting Black Eagle arrows.
Yeah.
Paige shooting a Bowtech. I don't know what brand it is actually, or what model it is. Reckoning 38 maybe.
I think so. I think it's the 38.
Yeah. Toya shooting Invicta. Looks like a 37.
I think so,
Or
yeah.
Hoyt.
Yeah.
Ooh, the wind's picking up a little bit now, so.
Both shooting Excel sights. And I think shrewd scopes.
Yeah. Toya shooting a Hamsky rest. Paige probably shooting an AAE freak
yeah.
show.
Yeah. So they're just going to stick them on the post to start it. That way, that fixed that 10 seconds of the line deal.
Fixes it easier.
Yeah.
Looks like both of these are shooting thumb triggers as well. So,
Yeah.
is that an advantage in the wind or on a, in a gold medal match where you only have 20 seconds to shoot an arrow in the wind?
Sometimes you think that. Sometimes you never know. I mean, you think about it. Steve shoots a hinge. I'm not sure what Angus is shooting.
I think he's actually shooting a back tension.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I shot against him to get to the bronze medal match. He beat
Yeah.
me out. And I'm pretty sure he's shooting a hinge. Still having a little bit of technical difficulties
Yeah.
with the timer system.
I think we're getting there.
Yep, I think they'll just.
The judge just put his hand out, so I'll see. If
Oh, now they got.
now
10
they got
seconds.
the 10 seconds.
They got
Hey,
it. Here we go.
We look like we're gonna get a green light here. So, and like I said, the first one out here, it's always tough to decide who's gonna, where the arrow's gonna go for the competitor, which can be an advantage and a disadvantage.
Take a good shot, and yeah,
Yeah.
it just hung the bottom of the 10 there. So no,
Yeah.
she's got the left and right figured out after the first arrow, it looks like.
Yep. Toya's
Toya.
just off on the right,
Yeah.
so it's a
Little bit of wind problem
yeah.
there.
And and the best part is to get your first arrow, and it makes you feel so much more comfortable out on a stage like that to get that.
Paige a little low there.
Yeah.
She
And that
normally-
could be that win from behind. You
Could
don't know.
be. She normally holds a little bit below the target. I think she's actually been working on being able to hold it in the middle, but
Yeah.
I don't. That one's
Toya's still on that right side. That one's more
Yeah.
about 1 o'clock up there.
yeah.
But
Wind has definitely picked up here this
Yeah.
first end though.
gives him another one low.
Low and to the
But
right.
it's on the right,
Yeah,
so.
the wind's pushing it over there a little bit.
But having the first one in's helped her a bunch, so now Toya could tie it up with a 10 here to keep it in an even. Yep. So we got it.
Just in the bottom. All right.
Yeah.
I think that's Paige's target.
That's
We're
Paige's
still on-
target. Yeah.
Yeah, there's Toya.
There's
Still on a
Toya.
little bit
Yeah.
right side there.
Yeah.
But-
But way better. I mean, gives her an X to.
Yeah, we just
Kinda.
turn this 5-end 15 arrow match into a
four.
12 arrow match.
Yeah. Nothing like giving yourself a little less room to work.
Yeah, but no one, being in that situation, you're not down points already.
Yep.
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 So you're not trying to fight back. You're still in the game.
Yeah, and these
So-
two have been there enough. They're not new to this. This isn't something new to them, and that's what. I mean, Mel's back there talking to Toya, and you
All
got
right, we're starting off with
Tate
a
over there with Paige. So it's
10-9-9
kind of
for
nice to
Paige
have someone
Pearce
to
and
kind
a
of
10-9-9 for
break
Toya
that monotony of
Ellison.
worrying about every arrow and stuff like that. So
Yep. Yeah, it just kind of takes a little bit of pressure off having someone that you trust and in the coach's box.
yeah, because they know how to say the right things and just kind of calm you down a little more than make you more anxious and not know what to say.
Yep. And since the score was tied here at 28, Paige is going to shoot first here again.
Yeah.
Because she chose to shoot first.
And the
Yeah.
wind seeming to whip up a little bit. You can hear it at times come through things, and it gives you an idea. And so that can cause two problems. It can cause you to be like, oh, it's got to get off quicker before everything goes on, or not.
Yeah, definitely picked up here.
Yeah.
All Paige at full draw.
Yep. She's got a nice X there at 10 o'clock. Which is always, like I said, to get your first one down there and in is always a good feeling.
Yes.
Yep. 10 at 6. So they've kind of settled down a little bit. And got a good match going here for sure. Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, and they only have 20 seconds to shoot their one arrow here.
Which can be a challenge. I mean,
It can. If the wind's, whipping across there, you don't want to, rush the shot, but you don't want to make a bad shot either.
you can't really let up either.
No,
You know.
you can't let down or restart over. As soon as you're at full draw and it's your turn, you have to make the shot.
Yep. There's no hey, I can let up and start again. It's go time. So and that's another
Paige
good arrow
got
from
that one
Paige.
right
Yep.
side, just off the X.
That one's close. I can't really tell if it's there or not.
And that one's closer
Yeah.
too at
So it'll all depend on them two arrow
4 or
calls
5
as to where
o'clock.
they're at. It'll be up to the judge to give us where we're at.
yeah,
But this
but
is, I mean,
it's still a close match here, so no one's really, giving anybody really any points. They're both right there with each other.
yeah, it's a really good one. I think, like I said, it all could be an arrow call. It could be a tie, could be one hit, 1 point, either way. So it should be a.
With those two arrows there, and it looks like they're flipping the flipboards down there.
Looks like
And it looks like they tied it up there with 30s. It looks like both of them. Nope, Toya's was a 29.
yeah,
So Paige Pearce does have a 1 point lead
yeah,
going into this third end. And now the tables are going to switch a little bit. Since Toja Ellison is the trailing archer, she will shoot first now.
yeah. Which
So
is, I think that's really cool in the format because it can put pressure on the leader to make some other things happen. I mean, it adds a little more drama and everything else. Which, I mean, you know as well as I do, when you put the first arrow down there, that's pressure on the person that's got to shoot next because they're already one arrow ahead of you.
Yes, yes, it is. And, it definitely puts more pressure, like
Yeah.
you said. Because it means you got to hit it to be, still one up, or you go back to being tied.
Yeah, to keep you in that realm and in that area. So. And so Toya will start off. It'll be the wind's kind of let up. It's be interesting to see if she can pick that up and see if she can put it in the middle. Yep, but it's on that left side.
Left side, so she actually probably either was aiming over there for that wind or put some clicks into her sight maybe,
Yeah,
and just didn't, you don't have time to move it back,
Yep.
with the 20 seconds.
it wasn't quick enough. And Paige is on that left side too, but she's
So-
been low where she's been. So
So right there,
Yeah.
it's going to be an even score, shooting first. Toya put that first one down there.
yeah.
Might have had a little effect on Paige.
Ooh, there's a wide one left. An 8
Yeah,
left.
there's an 8 left.
And
the wind-
Toya's signaling that she really pulled it, so there's an open door. Can Paige capitalize on it, or? And she hit her other arrow.
Hit her other arrow down there, 7 o'clock.
So it's not as,
So it's only a 1 point, whoopsie from Toya there.
yeah. If she can put this in the 10, I mean, it could be a tie-in. Ooh, and I think it's just outright.
Yeah, just off, and the wind definitely died down here on this end.
Which is a huge challenge when you go from the wind and trying to figure it out to nothing. It can be one of the toughest things to do. And she gets the group award.
Yeah, she does have a good group down there at 7.
I mean, like, my dad would tell me when I was younger that you paid for that site, you ought to use them knobs.
Yeah.
That is for sure something he'd have told me. But, heck of a group, good shooting. Just kind of move it up a little bit.
Move it up, yep. And you see here they're shooting on some little podium deals here. It's different than what they've been shooting at all day.
Yeah.
We've been shooting off the ground, now it's up off the ground a little bit. Do you think there's any movement in those that's affecting them as well, or is it different?
Well, it is different, but yeah, whether there's movement or stuff, that's always the hard part. Is a platform solid? Is it not? You know, I mean, it's a hard one to say until you stand on it. We've stood on plenty of those, and some are a little sketchy, and some
Right,
are
we have Paige
a little
Pearce
more
with an
solid.
85,
Yeah.
Toja with an 84.
And it
Toja
looks
will
like
shoot first.
Toya here is down by 1 point still with 2 ends to go. So 6 arrows, 1 point. Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't,
And with that
there's
last
a lot
end,
of room to, make a move.
yeah, with that last end, they both shot 27s. Toys was a little different with the 8, but scored out the same, so it didn't hurt her a lot to have that 8.
And that was the calmest end that they've had so far.
Yeah. And like I said, sometimes it's just hard to regroup yourself after that whole thing. You know, I mean, you've been fighting the wind.
That looked like a good shot.
Yeah,
from
that
back
is.
here,
It's
yeah.
just off the exit 1.
So good shot from Toya to start this end off.
And here comes Paige.
Yeah,
She got
even-
that one. Top of the X.
Yeah, even better one. So looks like they got the no win figured out
Yeah.
after them dealing with it those first couple ends.
Yeah, good looking straw.
That was a
Yep.
good shot there by Toya Ellison.
And again, like I said, it just sometimes takes a little bit to get yourself settled after fighting the wind to get back into it when it stops, and so it can be a big deal. And it's
And there's more pressure added to this match than there was the rest of the matches today.
Yeah.
You know, this is for gold medal, so
Yeah. And
you
you'll see
always
a-
have that in the back of your mind.
You'll see a lot of times in the gold medal matches, the scores are lower than what are in the bronze medal match because it's for the gold medal
Yeah,
match. It's for the
Toya
win.
shoots a 30 there, so definitely a really, really good comeback from the last end.
Yeah, and put the pressure on Paige. She knows that she's got to put it in there, or she could relinquish the lead that she has.
And
Oh,
she
she
shoots a
did.
little
So
low,
we have a
they're
tie.
actually tied up.
Tied with 3 arrows left.
And again, this is a 15 arrow match, 3 arrows for 5 ends.
Yeah.
Cumulative score is going to win it outright, and they are tied with 3 arrows to go.
That's the kind of match you want, for sure. I mean, it's going to be exciting, and every arrow's going to count. And so now Paige will go back to shooting first because,
They are tied up.
yeah,
Yep.
so she'll be able to put the pressure on Toya and do that. And I mean, it may not seem like a lot just talking about it, but you and I both know anytime somebody's got an extra arrow down there and you don't, it is a lot more pressure on you.
You at least have to match them.
Yeah.
So,
And
and
some-
if they end up missing one, I think you put a little bit more pressure on yourself to capitalize on that mistake. And, a lot of times you don't capitalize on it.
Yeah. No, I'd be curious to see a real stat sheet on whether guys capitalize on it or
Okay, we
not,
are
just to
tied.
know what we're really talking about. It's because it is a challenge, and the wind seems to.
Wind's picking
Here it
up
comes
again. Here,
again.
last end.
Nothing more than adding the extra pressure of 3 arrows and throwing a little extra wind in there after you've got used to it being calm.
3 arrows. Maybe we'll see a shoot off our first match out of the gate here.
And you couldn't ask for more.
So Paige is going to start here first. Both are tied up at 114 points out of 120.
Yeah. Looks pretty solid.
Yeah, she's coming real down on time. She got 5 seconds left. Looked like a good
Ooh.
shot.
Yeah.
She's shaking her head, yeah.
Just off
so
the exit 7.
she
Probably
liked
felt a
that
little
one.
movement though.
Yeah,
I mean,
she liked that one.
Toya's just a little right.
A little right. Well, you see
Yeah.
the big Arizona Cup flags down there. They're moving a lot more and, shifting to the right a little bit, so.
Oh, and Paige just hit her arrow again. Maybe moving that sight might be a good idea.
Yeah, those are 2 really good
Yeah,
arrows
look,
there
and
to
there she goes for it.
finish the end off. That's a
Toya
good
matches
one.
her.
So
Paige with the 10
Paige,
can win.
Paige
So you
with
got
a
the
10
pressure.
can win here. Wind kind of switching right
Yeah,
to
it's-
left now.
Oh, she
Oh,
opened the
is.
door.
So
So Toya with a 10 can tie. So we could have a
tie,
shoot
so
off
have a
here.
shoot off.
Again, shooting first can lead to pressure or open doors or. Yeah, we have a tie.
We have a tie score.
All knotted up, shoot off, as Mel yells out.
Yeah. So the shoot off, which is going to consist of one arrow closest to center. Paige will shoot first here because she chose to shoot first from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like you said, does it have an advantage? Shoot off, shoot first. If you put a good one down there,
It adds the extra
it's gonna add
pressure.
extra pressure. But if you have a mistake, it kind of takes a little pressure off the number 2 shooter. So it
It's
can go either way.
It's a sharp edge. You just got to be on the right side of it before so you don't get cut. But yeah,
Right.
it does definitely have a little pluses and minuses. You just don't know which side you want to be on.
When, as, being in these situations
So we have a
before,
tie. We will be having
when you
one
get in a
arrow
shoot-off, you just
shoot-off.
kind of have to
Setting
scratch
that
the
up right
slate and go at it.
Yep, and
It's
it's got
one arrow.
it's closest to center, so it is a whole different approach. Like you can't say I just want a 10. You're like I gotta put it in the middle.
Yeah,
And
World Archery actually just changed that rule back this year, I believe.
Yep.
Before it was for a compound archer, if both of you shot X's, you'd shoot a second arrow.
Yeah,
And then the second arrow would be closest to center.
yeah. So
And now it just went back to one arrow closest to center.
Yep. So it makes it a really important arrow for sure.
Yeah, this one wants to be the best one that you've shot all weekend here.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta put it on the little cross that's right in the middle.
Looks like both Paige, Pearce, and Toja Ellison tied with 143 points out of 150. So that's 7 points off of
Paige will be
perfect.
shooting first.
But, in this wind, that's not terrible.
And just like we talked about, it's the first match, gold medal match, and the scores seem to be a little lower.
Yeah,
Very.
and it's also the first outdoor tournament that
Yep.
we've shot this year.
Yeah. So Paige
So
is
here's
up
Paige
first.
up first, 20 seconds, shoot one arrow.
The wind is not terrible.
That's a decent arrow there.
And
6
maybe just
o'clock.
off the X at
6
6.
o'clock, but it's in the 10, so it's a fighting chance.
Yeah.
There.
But again, it does put the little pressure on because she's got a decent one down there.
Toja.
Oh,
Toja's
Paige is the winner.
Toja's is still a 10, so it's
Yeah.
not a terrible
Give them a
arrow,
round
but
of applause.
it just
They
wasn't
worked really hard
as
this
close.
weekend.
Yeah.
as Paige's.
But that's good shooting from both of them.
It's
I don't care who you are.
Awesome
That's,
shooting. So
Yeah.
Paige
And we
Pearce
have a
walks
winner.
away
Paige Pearce
with the
wins
gold medal.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
Paige. Congratulations,
Toja
Toja.
Ellison will take silver. And
Nice shooting, archers. Nice
Danielle
shooting.
Wenzel,
bronze.
bronze medal.
Yeah. It's a pretty good field.
And for the compound archers this weekend here at Arizona Cup was the first stage of our World Championships trials process.
Yeah.
So our 72 arrow qualification match yesterday actually mattered for
The trials.
For World Championship trials, it matters for making the World Cup teams.
Yeah.
So it was a big weekend for the compound archers, and having Paige actually qualify first and win the tournament, she's sitting in a good spot going into the rest of the year.
Yeah, for sure.